Portions of TV23's internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. You know what? It is a warm Wednesday, July 6, 2016. Welcome to High Plains Today right here on TV23. On today's show, my favorite United Way Executive Director, Mackenzie Hood, is going to be here. Now, let's take a look at some happenings. On June 28th, the Garden City, Finney County Drug Task Force culminated a 4-month investigation into the sale of methamphetamine with a search warrant at 603.5 Garden City Avenue. Now, the suspect, 29-year-old Alfredo Ramirez Jr., was not at the residence at the time of the search, but was arrested a short time later. Now, he is currently being held in the Finney County Jail and could face 6 different charges related to the warrant. 2 Garden City residents were injured Tuesday morning in a 1-car accident on Kansas Highway 156 near Burdett in rural Hodgman County. 46-year-old Cameron Fink was driving a 2001 Ford Escort east on K-156 at about 9:25 a.m. when his vehicle entered the south ditch, went off a bridge, and ended up under the roadway. Now, according to the Kansas Highway Patrol, the accident occurred about 3 miles west of Burdett. Finke and a passenger, 44-year-old Crystal Finke, were taken to Hodgman County Hospital. And poultry will be allowed for the Ford County Fair set for the July 21st through the 25th. Now, all poultry must be tested prior to check-in. They have scheduled today at 6 p.m. for all poultry exhibitors to bring their birds to the Ford County Fairgrounds to be tested. Now, the Ford County Fair Open Class does not have any livestock divisions except for poultry and rabbits. Any Ford County residents can exhibit in the Open Class division of the Ford County Fair. The Kansas gas price average has dropped 2 cents on the week again and 46 cents from this time last year. The national average is down 18% as well as from a year ago. Now, not since 2005 have average gas prices in Kansas been this low. On this date in 2005, Kansans were paying an average of $2.19, and in 2008, the Kansas average was nearly $4 at $3.98 a gallon. In some areas of the state, drivers are paying $2 less than the 2008 price. And the wildfire that scorched nearly 600 square miles of land in Oklahoma and Kansas back in March cleared out more eastern red cedars in a week than local efforts to eradicate the invasive species could have accomplished in decades. Now, that according to conservation experts. Red cedars, also known as junipers, are fast-growing, drought-resistant trees that are useful for erosion control along canyon edges in the region's red hills. But they're a nuisance on prairie land. It would have cost property owners $56 million to cut and remove the number of red cedars destroyed by the wildfire in Kansas. At current budget levels, it would take 17 years to get that job done. Wow, that's a while. And Kansas revenue collections fell again, about $33 million short of estimates in June, concluding a financially troubled year in which the state took in more than $100 million less than anticipated. Numerous revenue sources fell and, in some cases, plunged. Taxes hiked a year ago by lawmakers did show increases. Now, during the 2016 fiscal year that ended June 30th, Kansas took in $5.57 billion in tax revenues, less than the $5.68 billion projected, shortfall of about 1.9% for the year. But overall, Kansas collected about $59 million more this year than last year at a growth rate of about 1.1%. And don't forget, all right, we are giving away one of our TV23 tumblers, one a week starting this week. What you got to do is you either need to mail a postcard to us here at the studios, TV23 KDGL, P.O. Box 447, Sublette, America 67877, or you can email us at cup@KDGL.TV. And you can win one of these fine cup. Mine still is full of ice. I have water in it. It's very refreshing. So get on the bandwagon. Win one of these TV23 Yeti cups. Stick around. I'll be back with, it's going to be kind of a dry and a hot forecast coming up next.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV 23 with host Chris Jewell. TV 23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
As the owner of a business, I'm responsible for all these kids. No, I can't make sure they get all the fruits and veggies they need, or that they have good table manners, or that they use their inside voices, but I can make sure they get the support they need by reporting all my new hires to the state of Kansas.
When you report new hires, you make sure non-custodial parents pay their child support so kids get what they need to succeed in life.
Join me in doing one simple thing to help kids.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
Hey, look at that. You know what that is? Anybody guess? Satanta. We're looking off to the southwest at Satanta. You can see there's a lot of haze out there. It is a humid day. Let's take a look at the readings here at the station. Already 84 degrees, 62% the relative humidity. Winds are only out of the south-southwest at 5. Barometric pressure is falling. It's going to be warm today. It's going to be sticky. Looking at the temperatures around the region, you can see everybody in the 80s, although Medicine Lodge up to 90 already. Looking at the current dew points, look, they're all in the mid to upper 60s. Medicine Lodge at 70. That would be why the humidity is so high. Taking a look at the winds, they're a little bit all over the place out there. You know, about 10 minutes ago, the winds here in Sublette were calm. So, got not a lot of wind. I don't know. I'm not going to trust Elkhart 23 out of the northeast, but there's goofy winds all over. Taking a look at our highs and lows as registered at the Garden City Regional Airport. We did get to 95 in Garden City yesterday. It was warmer in the Liberal area yesterday. 108 was a record back in 1966. 67 the overnight low yesterday. 52 degrees back in 1972. And recently, no new precipitation in the bucket, but the year-to-date is climbing. All right, here it is. This looks a lot like yesterday. 99 for the high. Winds are going to be out of the south-southwest at 9. They are going to be picking up a little bit, gusting up to 23. And then tonight, there could be some thunderstorms scattered around the area that are going to be cooking with all the heat and everything today. Winds out of the south at 10, gusting to 22. The low, 67. Then tomorrow, more of the same, 99. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the century mark again. This will be the last hot day for a while. We're going to start to cool down. Well, it's not going to be 99 anyway. Winds are going to be out of the west, southwest at 10, switching around to the northwest tomorrow night. 67 for the low, winds out of the northwest at 9, switching around after midnight. Out of the east, northeast, there may be a stray thunderstorm or two pop up tomorrow night. You look on the 7-day, you can see we're going to start cooling down into the mid-90s, carrying into next week. There is a chance of thunderstorms, mostly in the evenings, carrying through the weekend. That's a look at the weather. Be back with Mackenzie after this.
When you do business with United Wireless, you're doing business with people living and working right here in Southwest Kansas, not someone halfway across the world. We're proud of the fact that every day we serve our friends and neighbors, our healthcare providers and hairdressers, technicians, farmers, and local retailers. You are the people who make Southwest Kansas great, and for all you do, we believe you should be treated with the utmost respect. We are United Wireless, and we are Southwest Kansas proud.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
And welcome back. There she is, my favorite, Seward County Executive Director of the United Way, Ms. Mackenzie Hood. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
You're looking good today.
Well, thanks.
You're always smiles and everything.
Well, thank you.
So, how are things at Seward County United Way?
They're going good. We've been pretty busy. We took kind of a couple months where we weren't doing a lot, but now we're kind of back in rhythm, and we're playing in a softball tournament in our next campaign.
You do, and it's coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes, it is.
From this Saturday.
Yes, July kind of crept up on all of us.
Yeah, bam, it's already here. Force over, moving on.
Yep, exactly.
And now it's hot.
It's real hot.
Okay, so you have a softball tournament coming up on the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be at the new softball fields at the National Beef Sports Complex, right?
Yes, it will.
And you're going to have a co-ed tournament and as well as a men's tournament, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And you do have a limited number of teams that you're going to take.
Yes, right now we're going to have one co-ed field and one men's field. And so to have that for a 24-hour tournament, we only can have so many teams. If we do overflow for some reason, then we can look into maybe adding a field for the men's or the co-ed, whichever one, or if they both kind of overflow. I mean, I'm not going to turn people away, I don't think. So just come sign up and we'll give you a spot.
Okay. Now, to sign up, now they can either call you at the Seward County United Way, right?
Yes.
Which is what? 624-5400. How easy is that to remember? 624-5400. And they can sign up, or they can sign up on your Seward County United Way webpage too, correct?
Yep, and that one's easy too. It's just SC.
Well, there's a form on there too.
Yeah, there is. And it has all the rules on there too. So it's just scunitedway.com. And you go to the events tab, and it's right there.
Yes.
And then
you have a lot of it. Now, I'll tell you what, your webpage, I was looking at it yesterday and again, and this year, you have been, you say, oh, we took a couple of months off, but you have been busy since you've taken over.
We have.
I mean, you had the chili cook-off, and you've done a golf tournament, and now the goal for the year for donations to Seward County United Way was what, $340,000?
Yes, that was our campaign goal.
And you hit that?
Yes, we passed it.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you've been out and about and busy.
I have. I've been busy. We also had a wine night. It was called Wine and Wings, and it was at Lid and Arrow. And that was February 26th.
All right, now what does Wine and Wings consist of?
Well, a lot of people thought it was like chicken wings, but it wasn't. It was because it was at Lid and Arrow.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, okay, you're going to have chicken wings at the airport.
I know. Actually, we just had it in one of their hangars, and then they put out some of their kind of cooler planes and older planes, and they set them up.
They have some cool ones,
oh my gosh, yeah, they do. And it kind of just made the event, but it was just in one of the big hangars, and we put lights up, and then we had wine tasting and food and all kinds of stuff. It was really fun. It was something really different, and we had, I think, almost 200 people come out for it.
Wow.
I know. We weren't expecting it, so it turned out really cool. So it's going to be probably an event that we keep up with because we had a lot of good response from it.
All right, but with all the wine, don't let anybody in the airplanes.
Oh, no. No. We had a lot of wine that night, too. A lot of people had a lot of wine.
That's good.
So, yeah.
But you raised some money for Seward County United Way.
We did.
And your golf tournament you had last fall, that was now after you guys started, that was one of your first biggies, wasn't it?
Yes, I did the chili cook-off, and then the golf tournament was the next weekend, and I had only been with United Way for like a month and a half. So I had my hands full. Yes.
You did bam, bam.
Yes, and we did great on the golf tournament, and we might do one in September again, but kind of everyone's asked me to do something different with the softball tournament, and we have the complex, so.
Well, I was going to ask you how you got, you've done the chili cook-off and the wine tasting and the golf tournament and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, softball tournament, this is a new area for you.
Yes, it is. It is. I actually got roped into playing women's league for the rec department, and then from playing there, I got roped into a whole bunch of people asking me to put on a softball tournament. So it's just kind of been a ladder effect. But I think it's going to be really fun. We have a lot of softball players in the area and surrounding areas. Dodge City actually has they have a 48-hour softball tournament this weekend, and they have 55 teams come to it from all over.
And they're playing around the clock for 48 hours?
Yes, and ours will be 24 hours, and so it'll start Saturday morning and go as late as it has to go for us to finish.
I'd be napping.
I know.
I'd be on a bleacher out there somewhere napping.
I have a feeling that'll be happening. But it'll be fun, you know. And if you go out to the rec league games, there's at least 200 people that just come watch. And they just come out there and watch, and their husbands or their kids or whoever it is. So it just kind of gets the whole community involved. And I think it'll get more people out there than a golf tournament would. So
those people need to be getting a hold of you and getting a team.
Yes.
Get a hold of her.
Sign up. Teams are only $200. It's a $200 entry fee. And, you know, most teams will have 10 to 15 players. So that's not much at all a person. And then the winning team out of each division will get T-shirts and a cash prize.
Okay.
So,
and then the rest of it goes
money.
back to Seward County
Yep.
United Way.
Goes to our 24 agencies.
24. You have 24 agencies that you're working with now.
Yes. Yep.
That's cool. How are all the agencies doing?
They're doing
Everybody
great.
Just humming right along?
Yes. You know, summer is it's busy for some of them, and it's not as busy for others. But kind of with school being out and stuff like that, it makes, you know, it kind of keeps some of us on our toes. Just trying to help people as much as we can. So since school's out, you know, school lunches aren't there anymore, and so that's something that we really focus on.
Oh, really?
Yes. And the library is actually doing the lunches in a couple more places, but I can't think of them right now. But they have lunches that you can go in and eat free lunches at the library. And then someone's doing a presentation every day, too. So
I did not know that. I got to get out more.
Yeah, you do.
Wow.
There's a lot going on.
And Seward County United Way helps with that?
We don't help with it. We just help promote it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And when people call, we kind of tell them where to go and stuff like that. So, yep.
Yeah, we've had a couple of the agencies with Seward County United. Well, Crossroads, Rena was up here one day talking about, you know, Crossroads, and they were just getting the season started down there and talking to them, and I know that they're one of your agencies.
Yes, they are. They actually just had their Little Britches rodeo.
Yes.
And I think it went really, really well. Last year it rained on them a lot, and they had to pump the water out of the arena.
Yeah.
So this year I think it went really good.
Chances could have been they could have had to pump water
It could
this
have
year.
been. That's
the way
definitely
it's been
true.
lately, but they didn't have to.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so July 23rd, coming up, National Beef Sports Complex, new softball fields out there. You're going to have your 24-hour men's and co-ed tournament going on the 23rd.
Yep.
All right, $200 a team. That's an easy deal.
It's so easy.
Yeah, and you can call United Way at 624-5400. Talk to this young lady, or you can go to scunitedway.com and sign up online.
Yep.
All right. So, what do you got planned coming up for this next season? Because you're getting close.
I am. I am getting real close. I told you, like, this summer's just kind of flying by. We're going to do the chili cook-off again, and that's during the Duck Festival, and so we're really excited about that. We did it last year for the first time, and we had a blast. We had a great turnout, so I'm excited about that. And then kicking off our campaign again.
So when does your campaign actually get started?
Well, it can start whenever I want. Last year, since last year,
'Cause you're the boss.
Yes, exactly. Last year I started a little bit late because I was new and I was just trying to get kind of my feet on the ground. But we'll probably start it in August this year.
Oh, really?
Last year we started it September 26th was our kickoff. So we're probably going to start it in August. So it'll be here before I know it.
I know you don't have a goal picked out, but it's going to be about the same, a little more, a little less.
We might go up maybe.
Oh, really?
But we haven't really talked about it. I just think there's a lot of potential in Liberal, and we're doing a lot more with National Beef. I go there on Tuesdays and speak to the new hires at National Beef.
We do?
Yes, in the orientation
you.
class. Yeah. So I just think there's a lot of potential, but, you know, the economy is always an issue too. So we'll see. We haven't really talked about it, but who knows?
All right. Mackenzie, thanks for coming by today.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see you.
Well, thanks for having me.
You got to come back and
I
tell
will.
me everything else that's going on when you get your campaign.
I will.
And July 23rd, get online or call this young lady and get a team together for the 24-hour softball tournament on July 23rd. Okay, stick around to be back with more right after this.
Same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
And welcome back on this warm Wednesday. Hey, Scott City native and former Shocker Ron Baker dropped 14 points with 3 assists and 3 rebounds in the Knicks' 92-84 win over the Los Angeles Clippers yesterday in the NBA Summer League. Good job, Ron. And after topping the major leagues during the first half of the season as they seek their first title in more than a century, Chicago Cubs dominated the rosters for next week's All-Star game. The Cubs became the first team since the 1976 Cincinnati Reds to have 5 players voted as All-Star starters, and 7 Chicago players in all were picked for the game next week at San Diego's Petco Park. Now, Kansas City catcher Salvador Perez and first baseman Eric Hosmer were also voted to the American League starting lineup. And Josh Donaldson hit 2 home runs last night. Troy Tulowitzki had a 3-run blast, and the Toronto Blue Jays connected 4 times to beat the Royals 8-3. Right-handed pitcher Wade Davis was placed on the 15-day disabled list retroactive to July 1st with a bad forearm. The Royals selected right-hand pitcher Brooks Bounders from AAA Omaha to come on up and fill a spot. And let's take one last look at our weather. Hey, it's up to 85 degrees out there right now. Relative humidity 62%. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 5. Barometric pressure is falling. Going to be warm yet through tomorrow. There is a scattered chance of some thunderstorms maybe tonight. Otherwise, looking into the weekend, we should drop back down into the lower 90s. And don't forget, TV23, KDGLTV.com. Send us an email.
With the latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. People are people around here. That's how it is. It's so clear. Letting it show. I've been around the world, only to find what I already know. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah. This is the place.
It's not his new group of friends. It's not the video games. It's not the neighborhood.
Mom, do I have to go to school today?
The biggest threat to your child's future could be you. Every day they miss, even in middle school, puts their graduation at risk.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.